You are about to discover the secret to clearly pronouncing English in 90 days. And what's amazing is that it'll only take 15 minutes a day. Today we're going to learn all about this 15-minute-a-day habit. Commit to this habit, and your English will be so clear that it'll take you to places that you've never dreamed of. Now, just to be clear, I don't mean this. Yuck! 15 boring, torturous minutes a day where you're studying or memorizing or thinking really hard or cramming rules into your head. I don't mean spending endless time with flashcards, CDs, or shuffling books. And I'm not talking about anything academic or scholarly. I am talking about something practical and easy. In fact, my speedy method is so easy that you can start improving the way you sound immediately. The reason that you got this video is because you are bilingual, or you know bilingual people. So let's have a rousing cheer for people who become bilingual. What an accomplishment! I'm always sad when I see Americans making fun of someone with a thick accent or treating them unfairly. If my countrymen understood the sacrifices that you've made and the hard work and effort you put into coming to America, or that you put into doing business in America, if they truly understood your struggle, they would never be so stupid. You're bilingual. I salute you. It deserves recognition. But here's a very important question for you. So listen carefully. Sure, you understand English, but do people really understand you when you speak English to them? Is it a struggle? Do you feel comfortable and expressive when you speak English? I know what it's like. I had hearing issues as a child. This affected the way I pronounced words. I did not like being made fun of. I did not like the pressure I felt when speaking. I got some help with my speech, and my life dramatically changed. What was painful and embarrassing became a joy. Believe it or not, I ended up studying drama at the Juilliard School of Drama in New York City. Now, I am about to share with you the biggest insight into speaking that was given to me at the Juilliard School of Drama. If you don't know, the drama division was founded about 50 years ago. It's one of the most difficult schools in the world to get into. Thousands audition, yet they only accept about 20 people a year. It is the place to go for speech instruction and voice work. Lots of famous actors have studied there. Okay, anyway, here's the insight. One of the biggest challenges in learning to speak well is giving up your belief that language is only about ideas. Indeed, one of the biggest speech challenges is learning to focus on physicality as an adult. Let me explain what I mean. Before we learned to read and write, or had any ideas at all, as kids, we learned to speak. Without manuals, without books, we used our ears and mouths creatively. We experimented without the fear of sounding silly. We committed ourselves to making the correct sound and vibrations with our bodies. And, unless there was a health issue, we spoke clearly. When I was at Juilliard, we had to actually retrain ourselves to speak English. As actors, we did this so that we could handle any challenge a playwright threw at us, from Shakespeare to Shaw. At Juilliard, we focused on bringing physicality to our speech through a unique method that literally fools your brain into learning pronunciation precision. Juilliard's whole approach can be summed up by this one statement. When you commit your body to fully making the sounds and vibrations, everything you say is easy to understand. As a kid, your brain is designed to fully engage the mouth, the lips, the jaw, and the tongue. You play with your speech. You have fun with it. You get silly and make incredible progress through the joy of making sounds. The proof becomes self-evident when you spend time around young children. Watch them. Listen to them. They will teach you how to perfect your pronunciation. Have you ever seen kids playing with their voices? I have seen it and I have heard it so many times, so it doesn't surprise me anymore. As children, we spent a lot of time focusing on hearing and listening and making sounds with our mouths. That was a big part of our process towards fluency. But now I've got to put this another way and get to the point. If you can't speak English that people understand, you're probably doing something wrong. This lack of vocal certainty is undermining your life. That's why you're nervous speaking with others and getting stressed before making important speeches. That's why you have difficulty pronouncing words at critical moments. And it's why you tighten up when people can't understand anything that you just said. That's a handicap. That's not living life. It's like you're living in some kind of crazy pronunciation prison, behind bars and going in circles. So, how do you break out of the prison? How do you start speaking clear English in just 90 days? Introducing the quick and simple course, the Vocal Sales Mastery Method. The secret is in my special audio recordings. You just sit back, press play, and let my audio recordings do the work for you. It is really that effortless. The Vocal Sales Mastery Method is designed for language pronunciation. You can already understand English. Yes, you can. You're bilingual, and you have good vocabulary, and you can even write in English. You don't need to focus on English. I'm putting that in quotations with my fingers right now. You don't need to focus on English. You need to focus on making sounds and on nothing else. My program is designed for people like you. There are many good reasons why you need to use the Vocal Sales Mastery Method to improve your pronunciation. Let me give you just 4. Good reason number 1. No one is being honest with you. You think you sound better than you actually do. You think people are understanding you because they aren't telling you otherwise. But unfortunately, people have already given up on you a long time ago. You need to accept that as a possibility. People are afraid to tell you that they don't understand half the things you say. They are afraid to embarrass you, or they are afraid to embarrass themselves. It's a delicate topic, and it's not easy to bring up. So, a long time ago, they decided not to tell you. Think of all the things this could do to your ability to run a business or have a career in the United States of America. Good reason number 2. People don't know who you really are. If people can't understand what you say, how do they really know who you are? Can people trust you as much as they should? Can you be authentic with them if they don't get what you're saying? The answer to both of these questions is unfortunately no. Good reason number 3. You have to work at least twice as hard as everybody else just to break even? How does it feel to have to constantly repair misunderstandings and repeat yourself? Doesn't it feel like your wheels are spinning in the mud? Don't you have better ways to spend your time? Imagine how much more productive you could be if you didn't have to struggle so hard to explain yourself. Good reason number 4. It is impossible to be a leader in America if you can't understand English. You live in America, or you do business in America. You could have a message comparable to Martin Luther King, Gandhi, or Steve Jobs. But if you can't speak clearly, you've got nothing. Imagine Martin Luther King getting up in front of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., and instead of saying what he actually said, which was this, I'm going to say what he actually said. I say to you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. He said that so beautifully, and everyone could understand what he said. Now imagine Martin Luther King getting up and saying this instead. I say to you today, blah, blah, though even blah, we blah, 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 of today and blah, blah. I still have a blah. It is a blah, 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 in the American blah. I have a blah, 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 will rise blah, out of the blah, blah of its creed. We blah, blah these truths, to be blah evident, that all blah are created blah, blah. It doesn't sound that impressive, does it? Is that you? No one would have a clue what Martin Luther King was saying if all of his words were muffled. We live in an impatient world. After a few minutes of trying to understand or hear or comprehend what someone is saying and failing, no one wants to know your message anymore, no matter how good it is. That's an unpleasant truth, but that's the painful truth that you must boldly face right now. If you don't, you are doomed to live way below your potential. Now, the most important reason that you should buy this course today is that it's on sale. So why don't you go to our website, vocalsalesmastery.com, and you can begin the process of getting with the program. You can also inquire at info@vocalsalesmastery.com or call the office directly at 818-644-2865. It's easy, it's guaranteed, and it's risk-free. Why waste one more day not being understood? Life is too short. Save yourself some time and money. Here are the 4 innovative and revolutionary principles that form the backbone of the Vocal Sales Mastery method. Principle number 1, short and manageable lessons. Each lesson is over in about 15 minutes. Let's get real. If you're like most of our customers, that's more than enough time. You only have to do it for 15 minutes a day, and you're going to get amazing results. Principle number 2, it's about having fun. The recordings are high energy and done with a smile. Taking pronunciation too seriously makes you tense, and tension gets in the way of correct pronunciation. So you will have fun. That's part of the program. Principle number 3, sound isolation. Our lessons have been scientifically organized to isolate sounds. And instead of giving you a few examples, we give you an effective vocal workout that extensively covers each isolated sound. Don't be fooled by our competitors. You can't learn a sound by a few examples. Each lesson efficiently gives you so many examples that you can't help but perfectly pronounce the correct sound, all in 15 minutes. Principle number 4, expressivity. Our lessons incorporate differing rates of speaking speed and different lengths of vowels, so you can learn not only to be understood, but to be expressive in English. And that's what this is all about in the end, isn't it? Being expressive. Our guarantee: you are absolutely guaranteed to learn the vocal sales mastery method, or you don't pay. I am extremely concerned that every single one of my clients and customers is absolutely happy and satisfied with the program. In today's world, convenience counts. There's no way you'll stick to a language program that's not convenient. Here's our convenience factor. The competition has lots of CDs and books to fool with. Our system is hassle-free, with all the materials instantly accessible online on your phone, on your iPad, your pad, your laptop, or computer, 24/7, 365. We provide the top quality audio. All you have to do is push play and listen. The lessons have been painstakingly recorded in digital sound to bring you all the nuances of American English. You learn anytime, anywhere, even while doing other activities. You probably have multiple obligations in your life between work, family, and play, right? Well, having a program that is always available to you 24/7 anywhere you go allows you to fit learning into your schedule without changing your daily habits. You can listen and learn anywhere, and you don't have to bother juggling with CDs, tapes, books, or even paper. Just log on to our pronunciation portal and have immediate access to quick, high-energy lessons that get results fast. You get instant access, whether you're on the go with your phone or pad or at home with your computer or laptop. We keep it simple. Just follow along with the recordings. It's a no-brainer. You don't need to analyze or even think. You don't need to memorize. The vocal sales mastery method is like going to the gym. We are your trainer. Let us do the thinking, you do the workout, and get great results fast. It's literally been scientifically sequenced to lock language into your brain without thinking or studying. There's no overwhelm. It's just 15 minutes a day in your car or while you're walking around or doing the dishes or doing anything that you want to. You do the program and you will speak clear English. And because you can use it anywhere, you'll actually stick to it. This course is perfect for you, unless you want to go to Juilliard and study acting. Each year there will cost you between $55,000 and $65,000 a year, and it's a 4-year program, so that'll cost you between $220,000 and $260,000. Some university language classes can cost between $4,000 and $10,000, and that's before you move past the textbook and actually get into hardcore speaking. These options both take years, and there's no guarantee that you will be successful. Of course, you might have a friend. A friend. Is your friend really going to have the experience and the qualifications to help you, or the patience? Do you really want to do that to your friend? For a low fee and in a short amount of time, you have the chance with my program to speak perfect American English. You can order the program right now. Simply go to vocalsalesmastery.com and check out our website and begin the process of becoming one of the members in our program. You can also call the office at 818-644-2865. There are so many more reasons why you should start the program. The British Council reports that by 2020, 2 billion people will be studying English. Don't be left behind. Studies by the IMF and CSA indicate that 35% of all the business done in the world is done in English. According to Forbes magazine, for better or worse, it seems that English may be the most essential language for global business. Start learning useful things in the very first lesson of our program. Speak confidently in everyday conversations, connect with people and build rapport, lead conversations, don't depend on others, ask questions with no fear, never be afraid of phone calls ever again, travel America with confidence, life will be more of an adventure, and you will finally feel more at home. Stop fooling yourself. Stop fooling yourself. If people can't understand you, stop fooling yourself. You're doing something wrong. Either you haven't decided to take action on your goal or you're using the wrong method. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. In this case, it's not using the best possible tool to get the job done properly. For every minute you invest in anything, be it work, play, or relationships, you always need to think about what you're getting in return for that investment. What is your return on life for completing this program? You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. If there's a competing course you're thinking about buying, that's okay. Just make sure you keep in mind everything you've learned today. Don't invest in speech lessons unless they've been scientifically organized with isolated sounds. Don't invest if you have to spend a lot of time juggling books and CDs. Hey, I want you to spend time on improvement, not on something that eventually makes you want to quit. So, for a low fee, you get the pronunciation program of a lifetime. And now I'm going to throw in something really special. Everyone in my program is a very important person. And that means you all will get time with me. I personally give you all my experience and work directly with you, whether you are working with me one-to-one or in a group setting. When you meet with me in person or via Skype, you will accelerate your learning and truly make astounding progress. You're making an investment in yourself. And if you're not willing to spend that little on improving yourself, then you really should rethink your priorities. Now is the time to take action. Where do you want to go with your life in America? Where do you want to take your career or business? If your English is poor, then you're not living life to the fullest, and you will never fulfill your destiny. You don't want to look back 20 years from now and feel frustration and regret because you didn't care if people understood you or not. Even if you understand English, when you can't speak it very well, you're at the mercy of those who can. You will not be able to compete. There's a better way. People's opinion of you will change instantly when they always understand what you are saying. When you pronounce English well, you will develop a new level of rapport and a new ability to influence others. You're just one small step away from getting closer to the life that you want to live. go ahead and take advantage of our special offer. I hope you learned a lot from this presentation and were both inspired and encouraged to speak English clearly and beautifully and magnificently. If you dedicate a little time to this and make it a goal, your life will never be the same. That I promise you. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this all the way to the end. Thank you for your time today. My name is John Hart, and it has been a complete pleasure. If you have any questions, I am here for you 100%. I sure look forward to getting to know you in the future. I'll leave you with the words I use to keep my clients motivated to reach their dreams. Keep going. You can do it.